you're actually describing executive skills. Planning is an executive skill. Focus is an executive skill. Goal setting. Although, interestingly enough, I have a slightly different twist on that, because it's not the goal setting that's important, it's the persistence in pursuing the goals. And so we call it goal-directed persistence. And I think when I think about when we first started working with teenagers, what we found was teenagers would often have this sort of distant idea of what they wanted to do, say, after they finished high school, but they weren't making the connection between how they're spending today and is that going to get them to what they want to do after high school. And so we developed a whole coaching program that started with, okay, where do you want to go? But now let's talk about how you're going to get there. And so building that persistence is one of all, if I were going to pick out one executive skill to really focus on, it would be that. Because if you have that, then you'll use that skill to figure out how to focus, or to figure out how to plan, or to do all the other things that it takes to be successful in whatever realm you're in.
That's awesome.
As we were talking, I just downloaded an article about Mo Willem. I don't know if you know him. He's this great children's author. He's very popular. I discovered him through my grandchildren. But his book is about, his first book was about a pigeon. He's very imaginative, very funny. He writes about executive skills, like waiting is not easy, which is perfect. But here was this quote at the end of the article, because I think you'll identify. He says, "I like to be terrified because that's how you learn," Willem said. I mean, going out and doing something you don't know anything about and giving it your all is what a kindergartner would call Tuesday morning. So
I love that.
I'll send you it written out so you can hold on to it. But it's just
absolutely. Totally love that. And it's interesting here again when you mentioned that twist or that take on goal setting as the persistence in goal setting. What's fascinating is I had not thought about it necessarily that way, and yet when we do goal setting in chess, we start with what's your dream, and then we say, and then what's your goal to move towards that dream. Let's figure out a bite-sized chunk. And one of the things in chess is you can get a chess ranking if you play in tournaments. So you play in competitions, your rating goes up. If you win games, if you lose games, you go down, right? As you learn through losing games, your rating can fluctuate. And what we oftentimes will do is use a benchmark of a rating as a goal. Yet we work with students to say, when you're, let's say, 2/3 towards the goal is a really good time to consider resetting it.
Oh, nice.
You see?
Yeah.
So you've made such progress towards it that your can-do attitude towards being able to achieve the next one is a good time to raise the bar again.
Yeah. And what I like about that is that's a very concrete goal. I mean, kids playing chess will understand that.
Yes.
And that just makes it so much easier to give kids something to shoot for than if you're giving them, if they have a more amorphous goal about, being successful in school or whatever. So it's so concrete. And then I love going from the dream back to, so let's step back. And what's the small goal that will get you closer to that dream? So